Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at the Mabinogi Eternity project, but we're not going to be looking at it on the NA site, we're going to look at it on the Korean website, because the Korean website has more information, so let's hop over there real quick. So on the main official Korean Mabinogi website, right down here you can see Mabinogi Eternity project. Let's click on that. Then we click on the Mabinogi logo in the center. And there is a lot of stuff to read here. I think it's better if we go to development history. This is everything listed. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories to look at. So this will give us more information and a few more screenshots than what we've seen before on the NA site. So let's take a look at this one first. Taking the first steps in the news of Eternity. As many Militians have been waiting for, we have opened a space exclusively for the Eternity project. I hope they do something like this for the NA site as well, but for now there's only one on Korea for it, which will deliver exciting news in the future. As I'm about to deliver news to Militians in a new space rather than the developer notes or website announcements, it feels a little different. And I'm nervous all over again. Here we will conveniently report issues, concerns, and development news that our Mabinogi team has encountered while working on the Eternity project. We want to give you the feeling that we are continuing to develop with Militians over a long period of time. Of course, depending on the speed or progress of development, it may be difficult to provide news more frequently than expected. Nevertheless, we will strive to provide consistent news in the future so that it can be a space that makes waiting exciting. As this is the first story told by Militians in this space, I would like to briefly explain the current status and direction of the Eternity project. So, classic but classy. Okay, personally I feel a little awkward, but this sentence encapsulates the direction of the Eternity project. This is a slogan that was actually presented internally from the beginning of the Eternity project, so that it would not be forgotten during the development process and everyone on the Mabinogi team could remember it. I believe that the basis of Mabinogi that Militians who come to Mabinogi expect is a fantasy life. And fantasy life refers to all activities that allow you to immerse yourself in the world of Erin. And ultimately rebuilding it will be the core process of the Eternity project. In the end, the goal is to continue the direction Mabinogi originally intended to go from the beginning, and to achieve this, Mabinogi must inherit its classic identity. However, we want to create a sophisticated appearance so that we can present an unrivaled charm compared to any other game. So yeah, we still want Mabinogi to look and feel the same, but we do need to update and move to Unreal Engine. So I'm glad they're keeping in mind that Mabinogi has a very unique look and a very unique identity, and they're trying to replicate that in a way that everyone feels comfortable with. So, current status of the project. So you may be wondering how much progress is being made. A lot of people are wondering that, both in the NA and in Korea. The Eternity project is currently in the prototyping process. However, since it is a redesigned and inherited form of a live game, it is very different from developing a new game. As a result, the purely physical volume is planned is very large. It is difficult to say exactly what progress is being made. However, the Eternity project is going through, or must go through, the following process. We are planning to redesign the server structure and logic into a more stable form. All content as well as Mabinogi's basic movement would have to be recreated in the new engine. In the process, we plan to transfer and improve all data and scripts by renewing them in a better way. Every world and many of its components must be upgraded or rebuilt as they are moved to the new environment. Although this is an old game, there are original drawings and plans that have been lost in this process. While drawing and reproducing a new picture, you must create a new proposal for any content that needs to be modified to match the latest grammar. In addition to this, there are numerous other areas that need to be worked on to prepare Mabinogi for its new environment. In order to complete all this within a reasonable time and present good performance, I think we need to make bold choices, such as excluding infrequently used resources or content. We will explain the development process step by step and share our concerns. With this direction in mind, our Mabinogi team is working with a lot of worry on one hand and excitement and fun on the other. And in the future, we will use this space to tell various stories and be with Militians through the Eternity updates. So I thought about various ways to show the process. To enable this process to be developed together, we ask questions about what issues each person in charge of is actually experiencing and what concerns they are having. I thought it would be better to tell a more direct story about the development. However, not all people in charge, including me, have talent for writing, so they may be poor at writing. I'm a little worried that it may not always be interesting. Nevertheless, the sincere wish to create a permanent world of Aaron is. I wanted to go through this process together because I don't think there's much difference between us and Militians. We expect to be able to tell a wide range of stories by trying more diverse things in the future. Mabinogi Eternity is a fantasy life we create together. So this is why I like the new Korean director. Like, he's saying that not all of their posts will be super exciting to read about, because a lot of it is just boring technical stuff. But he wants to be very honest with the player base, and that is really good. So I really appreciate that they're choosing to be direct with their players about what's going on. So I decided to break this video down into 3 different parts, mostly because there's just so much information to go over. But we are having a look at the Mabinogi Eternity page on the Korean website. And this is because there's a lot more information about this on the Korean site than there is on the NA site. So watch part 1 if you want to see, like, where we talked about this, taking the first step in the news of Eternity. And next we're going to look at Omniscient Art Perspective. Hello, I am Safety Director Raccoon, in charge of the art side of the Mabinogi Eternity project. When engine replacement discussions first started, I thought engine replacement work would be carried out at headquarters level. Before we knew it, at the 23 Summer Fantasy Party, we finally announced a replacement, so the Unreal Engine replacement. We thought that the replacement for Unreal should start with Neo. While producing Neo, I kept asking myself if the first impression of her that everyone had in their hearts was correct. While making the Neo launching video, how many times did you screen the short video in the development room? Modifications continued until late the previous day, but no one in the development room gave good feedback because Militians felt this way when they first met Neo in the Soul Stream. The first impressions and feelings and current longing are all different. We dared to say this is enough. This is because it could not be declared. However, we are very excited and happy about this work, and we have been providing. In the world of Aaron, it was not felt due to the limitations of the Pleon engine. We are waiting for the day when we can find immersion and vitality together. Mabinogi is now approaching its 20th anniversary, because it's been around for 20 years in Korea. It is truly an honor to be on this journey with Militians. So, finding the Aaron we want. We already saw most of this post on the NA announcement, Mabinogi Eternity Project, finding the Aaron we dream of. So that's most of this information here. You can see, like, this is mostly what we just saw. So we'll be skipping over this. I'm not going to read all this. Check out the NA site or check out the Korean site and read all about it if you want to go over the information and compare the differences. And next we'll take a look at, let's start with Neo. So this is from a character modeler for the Eternity Project. In early 2023, an engine replacement task force was proposed and the foundation work was being diligently done. One peaceful day I heard this story during a meeting. Let's start with Neo first. I heard about the renewal of Neo, the representative NPC of Mabinogi, and along with the news of Neo's renewal, you will also hear about the difficulties that previous Neo workers experienced. This is a legendary story that cannot be fully written here, so the tension was high even before it started. Neo has an expression that seems both kind and sad, yet unknown. Neo's basic design is also burdensome. How shall I express it? Also, how much modeling specifications should be taken from Unreal Engine? Whether there are expression methods that need to be improved, and how much of the parts that could not be expressed due to the engine's limitations. So here you can see what Neo looks like in Leon Engine, and over here you can see what she looks like in Unreal Engine on the right. Personally, I think they did a really good job remaking Neo in Unreal Engine. Eternity's Neo original drawing drawn in the direction of renewal. The initial look was a mess, but as we received customized feedback, we gradually approached the unknown character Neo. In those cases, I put the two Neos side by side and worked on matching the images. I think this section played an important role in helping Militians accept this work as Neo. Yeah, I think they did a great job with Neo. Like, I know it's really hard to create a lot of these characters that we care about, and I know it's hard to, like, recreate the world of Aaron, because, like, none of us really want the world of Aaron to change, or the characters to change that much. We still want it to look and feel the same. And I get that that's not an easy task to ask the developers to do. that are working on this Unreal project. Posing where you can feel the wind, so this looks really cool. I posed, went through revision after revision, and even right before completion, I continued to worry about how much I could make Neo smile. What kind of smile would you like from eternity to give you? In situations where you have no choice but to be cautious about any expression, morph work, facial expression work is done. The Neo is smiling. At first, I kept the smile small, but my thoughts came together to express Neo's feelings more clearly so that they could be conveyed to the Militians. I was so careful about making Neo smile that I even remember separately requesting guidance from the art director. This Neo, who smiled brightly for a moment during the work process. There were many difficult moments while working, but now I am full of gratitude. Although every day is still a struggle, I will work hard until the day I meet all Militians. So yeah, this is a huge challenge for the development team to make the game look and feel good. Like, they're under a lot of stress about this, and because it is a very difficult thing to do. But overall, I think they're doing a really good job with it. So let's move to Unreal. This is Brown Sauce. I am currently working on replacing the Mabinogi engine. I wrote this because I wanted to tell Militians about background modeling among the work I did. I hope this article will be of some help to those who are curious about the engine replacement process. For nearly 20 years, Mabinogi has taken deep roots in Pleon. Therefore, it was obvious that the moving task was not as easy as transplanting a young tree. Of course, ultimately, most of the buildings and objects you can see in Unreal Engine will be newly built to be pretty and colorful, but for that work, you need a rough sketch. Because creating numerous new sketches is a huge cost itself, we had to find a way to replicate Aaron from Pleon and use it as a sketch at a lower cost. The first thing I was worried about when planning to transfer Mabinogi as is the question, can Pleon-specific world data files and modeling be used directly in Unreal Engine? And sadly, of course, that wasn't possible because it was Pleon only. In this situation, 3 ideas came to mind. The first idea was to modify the Unreal Engine code to read Pleon-specific files. However, if you modify the engine code like this every time you upgrade the engine version, there's a possibility that your modified code will conflict with the updated code. Then you must continue to fix the conflicting code. And because the cost of work is higher compared to other ideas, I didn't think it was the best way to create a rough sketch. The second idea was to modify the Pleon-specific files so that Unreal Engine could read them, but there's a problem with this method too. When creating objects in Mabinogi, modeling work is done using commercial programs. Afterwards, we convert it using a program we developed ourselves so that the Pleon engine can read it. Unnecessary data is deleted and some necessary data is calculated in advance for optimization. However, among the data erased at this time, there were values needed by Unreal Engine. Although it is possible to construct a 3D model with the remaining data, except for the removed data, this method was not the best, as it was noticeably different from the original. This file was modified so that Unreal Engine could read it, but the goddess statue looks angular due to the lack of smoothing. The third idea was to move the original modeling data into Unreal Engine before converting it into a dedicated file. Unreal Engine can easily and simply read files created with commercial 3D modeling programs. Therefore, as long as you have the original before conversion, I thought I could upload it to the Unreal in a form similar to Pleon. The first attempt to upload raw data to the Unreal was successful. The original data was output from a commercial 3D modeling model as a file that Unreal could read. When I imported this to Unreal, it looked much better than I imagined. However, this method was not perfect either. This is because traces of Pleon still remained. When working with a 3D model of a Mabinogi object, in addition to configuring the object's shape, data for interaction within the game is also added. However, this data was not needed in the sketch. Rather, the shape of the sketch looked different due to this data, so I had to find a way to erase this unnecessary and disruptive data. To transfer the original modeling data to Unreal, read a file in a 3D modeling program, and then it must be output as a file that Unreal can read. The problem is that even though this process is short and simple, the number of files is too large. The problem is that it takes too much time for a person to do all these files one by one. Considering the physical time, automation was essential. The 3D modeling program used by Mabinogi has a script language that supports automation. If the user scripts the tasks or actions he or she wants to do with the modeling program in advance, you can repeat that task over and over with the click of a button. Use this script to do the printing work that had to be done for each file one by one, while automating the program to do the work for you. I also deleted unnecessary data from the sketch that I was concerned about earlier. Also, the texture of the original modeling data must be converted into pixel format so it can be read by Unreal Engine. This processing was also programmed to be done in the script. In order to use the transferred 3D model as a sketch, you must place it in Aaron, created with Unreal. However, Unreal Engine cannot read Pleon's specific world data files, so I had to check the location, direction, and size in Pleon one by one. There were a lot more pieces and more work involved than the previous work, and because it had to be processed using Unreal Engine, I couldn't even write a script for a 3D modeling program. While I was thinking about it, I thought of an idea. If it is possible to extract object type, location, direction, and size from a dedicated world data file, couldn't we use it for placement in Unreal? When constructing Pleon's Aaron world, Mabinogi uses its own world creation program. 3D model data created with a commercial program is imported into the world, creation program and placed. Afterwards, the batch status is finally converted into a world data file. The self-developed program was familiar to me, and the inside data file was. So I was able to modify the program to extract the data needed for deployment from the world data file. Now all that's left is to have Unreal Engine read the extracted data and automatically place the 3D model. This issue was addressed by adding a feature to the engine. Because the automatic placement function was implemented with functions that already exist in Unreal Engine, it was relatively less expensive than an engine modification, and the risk of code conflicts was low. Dunbarton transferred to Unreal Engine to use as a sketch. Through these processes, my work on automating sketch production was completed. Currently, background modelers are working hard to create a new Aaron based on the sketch. My eyes are purified as I look at Aaron being reborn in high quality. Although my work does not create a finished product, I feel great joy and pride because I am helping Aaron in her process of rebirth. There's a lot of work ahead before Mabinogi can fully move to Unreal. There are many technical problems that need to be solved. It may not be an easy road, but for the day, we invite all militians to the new Mabinogi. We will move forward steadily and diligently.
Alright, let's play Mabinogi today. So, yeah, we're gonna play this a little bit, do some event stuff. I don't know if I'll do Veteran Dungeon or Tax or what, but, yeah, mostly just event stuff today, and maybe some commerce too. Let's go to the Doki Island thing, get that out of the way. I was thinking about trying out the MMO Forever today, but it does cost like 17 bucks, so I don't know if I'll buy that today or not. Okay, so I need a salmon. Okay, so that's done. How many more times? 3 more? Alright. I guess I'll take care of this part next. We'll work on these quests again. So let's get back to the association room. Oh cool, I can actually go to the association room from the island. Thought it was gonna give me some trouble. Don't I have Link 1 for that? Maybe I don't. Okay, it needs to be unlocked. And then do that. Enter CR hard mode advanced. Okay. Again, I think I'll just use my staff and Dark Diviner for this. Magic and Dark Diviner. So I'm going to switch back to that Arcana. Alright, get Elemental Knight to level 5. Sure. So, unlock Link. As long as it's not costing me anything. Aside from AP, I don't care about that. I have tons of that. Unlock level 6. Are they gonna take it all the way to level 10 for me? For free? That'd be nice. Save me a lot of gold. Clear Rundle, hard mode advanced. Alright. Let's switch back to Dark Diviner and go do that. I think it is actually good to have an introduction quest like this for Arcana. I don't really mind, especially since we keep getting new Arcana, I don't really mind if they guide players and let them get something like Elemental Knight to level 10 for free, as just a way to show them how the Arcana stuff works and how upgrades work. But I hope they don't do it I hope they don't do it like all the time, because any more than once, just to show you how it's done, like any more than that, and then it makes the Arcana too easy to level. I am in front of it. There we go. Okay, so you have to be kind of lined up with that sword. Okay, let's max out Elemental Knight, I guess. Because I got Harmonic Saint up to level 10 for free as well from an event they had sometime last year around, I don't know, June or July, something like that. And now there's this guide thing that's letting me take Elemental Knight to level 10. Oh, I get it. That's like a really corny joke for the name of the quest, because it's going to teach us about tech missions next. Okay. Gotta love that almost hilariously bad Mabinogi humor. That's this mission, right? Sure, let's go for it. I don't need to see the cutscene. I wish you could skip that opening cutscene because it would save time. Alright, let's clear this. Forgot to switch back to Dark Diviner, so I'm gonna do that. Not using Elemental Knight for that crap. Okay, now we're ready. Okay, so the tech stuff was fast. Now we just have to learn about Dan tests. There can't be too many more things. So far, I think these guide quests are pretty good, though. Like, the only guide quest I mainly have a problem with is the, Wait a minute, where was my train of thought there? The only guide quests I really have a problem with were the ones at the very beginning. Like about the dungeon system and all that, because the dungeon guide is complete crap right now. And there was very low effort involved. Like, they were just giving me a bunch of skills that I didn't even really have to like work to earn. But all the stuff that they teach you about, like Grandmaster stuff, Dan stuff, and Techs and Arcana, like that stuff is good. I like that part of it. Passed an advancement test one time, so if I'm gonna bother taking an advancement test, I might as well actually try and Dan rank something. So let's see what I can Dan rank. Try spinning Slasher again. Death Mark, I need more XP on that. Fireball could go up a level. Yeah, let's try Fireball, that'll do. Oh, and while I'm at it, I should probably work on this. Okay, I'll need 12k points to pass. Magic. Fireball Dan 3. Give it a try. Yeah, that's not gonna do it all. I wish they would just leave your skills in the exact spots that you have them, and then they would just blank out the skills that you're not allowed to use. That'd be a lot better. That way you wouldn't have to configure your keys every time. But Crisis Escape will be good. Fireball itself. And I want Spell Walk and Snapcast. And SS rank. Big one. Because the big one can use Ice Spear, we don't want that. That one's a threat. Okay, now we have the Crystal Golem. Actually doing pretty good this test. I just gotta keep a little bit of distance in case that golem tries to kill me with a windmill. Oh, I should have equipped Crisis Escape. I'm probably gonna run out of MP pretty soon. Okay, hang on a second. Gotcha. Yeah, not equipping Inspiration definitely affected my chances here. That wasted about 10 seconds. I think I have enough MP here. Okay, fire. Yeah, we have enough MP, so that's good. Oh yeah, I would have passed if I had inspiration on, if I didn't have to open up my skill menu to get that. Just a little bit more time, we would have gotten that. We're gonna do that again, actually. Do I actually have to pass the van test? Yeah, okay. For the quest thing. Let's go again. So fireball. And then same thing. We're gonna get rid of all this crap that I obviously don't need. Let's put meditation on there too, just because it'll help a little bit. Spell walk, inspiration, and crisis escape will help. And I need fireball. I think that's it. I see what's going on here. Wow, we got lucky the first round. They're being major dicks this time. Get out of here. Okay, we don't want to hit that one. We want to hit that one. Because we have an advantage against these ice sprites. So we want to hit the blue ones. Why is that thing still alive? Okay. Okay, get the big one. Hey Otaku, welcome in. I'm finally getting around to Dan ranking Fireball. Good, with about a minute left. Okay, so I think I'll need to do that one more time, and we can get to Dan 3. That also gets this annoying guide quest done. Okay, I'll do the second Dan 3 Fireball test before that. I don't really need inspiration last time, actually, but I'll put it up here anyway, just in case. We have that. Spell walk. And meditation. And then... Crisis escape. Always helpful. And then Fireball itself. Alright, one more time. Ah, that was close, but got a little unlucky there. Oh well. Just have to do it again. Had a little bit of bad luck. And meditation. I think that's it. Alright, let's go again. And with 4 seconds left. Oh, that was a close one. But, it's done, so that's all that matters there. Fireball Dan 3. Oh, that sucks. I don't like how skills just automatically level themselves up now. Before we had a choice to turn that feature on and off. Like, I wanted to go in here and click advance myself. Auto ranking is annoying. So wait, where are we going next? Oh right, we're going to go talk to Birchid about spirit weapons. Clear another tech mission. Okay. Let's go back to the Senmag. Isn't the one they had this? Isn't this the one they had me clear earlier? This is the same mission. Huh. Okay. Spell walk. And boss time. Okay, where's that boss at? It's somewhere up here. Oh, a little too far away. Oh, that crap's gonna work. Weak. That way we can strength crystal assault for a little bit. Clear 7 nightmares. Okay, so now we have to do another tech. This is the one where we fight that annoying guy with the scythe. Yeah, it is. Techs are just too easy now. Okay, so I think this one I have to wait for the salamander to appear, take care of it. Is that it? It's been forever since I've done this one. Oh no, that one was just defeat monsters, okay. Here, let's do this. Oh, okay. Yeah, this isn't even anywhere near as difficult as it was before the New Rise update. I'm not even gonna bother using anything else other than Thunderblight. Why? Like, he's not really doing any damage. There we go. Okay, he did a little bit of damage, but I was just kind of standing around using one skill. See if there's anything good in there. Mostly just to check. Where'd that check go? I know it's in here. There it is. Adventure seals. Take those spirit gems. And I don't care about the rest. Well, I guess I'll take that tech doing reward selection box. Okay, that's it. Why is this clone thing here? I haven't even really been paying attention to this new event. It has no interest to me. Not even sure what's going on with that. "20 monsters of any type." Okay, well, I guess a quick way to do this would be to just use Thunderblight on foxes. I mean, that seems a little too easy, but it says any monster, so... yeah, these count. Just do this. Okay, that's done. Okay, now what? Hang on, what level is my time shift actually at? I'm pretty sure it's at the highest level. Level 10, yeah. But reward isn't really gonna do me any good. Alright. Well, we'll go talk to her anyway. Jeez, how many of these quests are there? Complete one part-time job. I feel like this is one of the things they should have taught me earlier in the quest line. For Grandmaster and tech stuff. But we have to wait a while before there's any good part-time jobs available, so... I don't know, let's check out the Mabinogi website, see if there's any new information, any new news. There should be at least some maintenance posts there, but I'll see if there's anything else. So just the standard maintenance post. And the PAN's attendance event is ending. So be sure to claim any of your rewards from that today. Oh, I guess you can pick them up through the 28th, so even though the event is ending, like you won't be able to gain more stamps after tomorrow's maintenance, but you'll still be able to claim your rewards until the 28th of May. And security improvements, yeah, I guess they have to keep adjusting that so the game doesn't get hacked again or whatever. That was a crazy situation. For like 2 or 3 weeks, people couldn't really log in or do much, and the game was going down for random maintenances all the time.
한숨 돌리고 이랬으면
Still nothing new on Mabinogi Mobile yet. The page has been translated like this. Google isn't translating this though. This isn't like Google Translate doing this. It wouldn't work on like the text here or whatever. So they're clearly getting ready for a global release of Mabinogi Mobile, which I've heard rumors that's gonna be late in like late 2026. So that's gonna be cool. I'm really looking forward to actually playing Mabinogi Mobile. And this art is actually really cool too. Like if you go into media and images, you can find all these. So these make cool backgrounds for your PC. Like I used this and this background for a while. I forget which one I'm using now. Oh yeah, I'm using this one now. It looks like the map is going to be a little different though. Like the map isn't going to be like the one that we currently know. Turconail is going to be down here. And then there's some sort of pathway. This might be Duggled Isle. I'm not really sure, or it might be part of Tur. And then this is the Dumbarton area. And then when you go through the snowy part, that takes you to Port Colhen, which is, I don't know, it's basically like a combination of Port Cobb and Bangor, honestly. It's I mean, we don't have that town in this version of Mabinogi, so that's very interesting. It's not a direct copy of Mabinogi at all. It's its own completely new thing. There's definitely some new stuff. And it looks like there are 1, 2, 3... Oh wow. 4, 5, 6. I didn't even notice these appear until just now. 7, 8. So there are 8 spots that have not been revealed yet.
좀 쉬었으면 좋겠어.
I know one of these spots is going to be E-Main because they have... I know they have E-Main out in Korea. Like, Mabinogi Mobile is working on Gen 2. They might even be in Gen 3 now. So I've seen, like, some screenshots of E-Main in Mabinogi Mobile. Look at this map. This is... It looks pretty much the same as Dumbarton, just with like a moat or a river going around it. Like, it's pretty much the same. You come up, you enter Dumbarton through here, you can exit through here or through here. So maybe if you exit through here, maybe that leads to, maybe this pathway leads to Bangor? I don't know. Oh, cool. I'll show you visuals here. Look how awesome this looks. The magic school. Some shops over here. Dumbarton looks pretty cool. The fountain, the church. Wow. Yeah, it looks like it's just repeating now. But, yeah, maybe if you exit through here, maybe this leads to... Because I also know Bangor is in Mabinogi Mobile right now. So one of these areas could be, like, this could be the Dragon Ruins, this could be Bangor, something like that. Could definitely be something like that going on. Well, there is that little dot right here. That could actually be where the moon gate goes. So maybe that's Bangor. Maybe it's way back there. You can also get to it this way, probably. Go here. And I don't know if there's a road that connects here. The compass is kind of blocking it. What if I click on Colhan here? This place looks so awesome. Looks like a classic medieval ship fort. A little frog on that windowsill. The ships almost look like Viking ships or something. Huh. Interesting. But what's this building over here in the Dumbarton area? There's this building. I don't know what that would be. We clearly saw that the magic school was in town. Maybe some rich person lives here or something. Or it could be a Dantest building. I don't think they have Dantests. I'll be interested to find out what that is when this comes out. Because they didn't really show it in the little video description. Oh, looks like the video froze up. Wait, so what's right across from the magic school then? Is this the... This might be the inn. So is that Nora right here? Maybe. Because usually the fishing area is right next to the magic school. Huh, that's different. Yeah, I can't tell who that is. Hang on, let's look at this. So the windmill's here. What is that, Fergus's shop? I don't know. Oh yeah, this would definitely be the logging camp, because you can see all the logs here. Did they move Fergus out into the logging camp? Because that kind of looks like his blacksmith shop right there, that building. I wish I could kind of see a video of that area. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Let's see if I can see that whole video now. The church, the bank, the magic school, the blacksmith shop, something across from there. Here's the fishing spot, that's still there, it looks pretty much the same. Duncan's house, okay. So some things are the same, but some things are slightly different. Wow, this looks really cool. Like, Turconale Town Square looks the same. Oh, and there's a big door on the side of the bank now too, for some reason. That's new. See if I can identify that character that was in front of that building. Is Nora even in the game anymore? Oh, they renamed her. Bullhen Inn staff warmly welcomes guests. Those are the only characters they're gonna show us. So far, most of these characters look pretty good, though. Duncan has a really good design. So does Crystal. Maybe this guy replaces Ronald at the Tirconale school. Oh, if he's childhood friends with the innkeeper, then yeah, maybe she is the one right next door to the magic school. That would make more sense. Pretty cool design for Moors. Well, anyway, hopefully this will be updated soon. Okay, I sort of got sidetracked looking at Mabby posts. Let's see if I can get part-time jobs here. I'll take that one. So I need to deliver this to Crystal and then check back in with area after. I have to wait just a little bit longer. Alright. There we go. Report now. I don't want any rewards. It is cool that you can get glyph writing stuff as rewards for part-time jobs for area. But not any right now. Again? Alright. What's next?
이 책은 많이 팔릴까?
I'm not doing another tech today. I guess I'll probably work on more of this stuff tomorrow. So we're probably gonna wrap up the Mabby stream right around here, I think, just a little early. Didn't really get around to doing any commerce today, but did some event stuff, made a little bit more progress in these required quests, and also got fireballed from Dan 2 to Dan 3, so that's good enough. I might stream Forever tonight, that new MMO that just came out today. I just need to check if I can actually afford to spend $17 on a random MMO right now. But yeah, I might go for it. It looks promising. But I might wait a few days and see where it goes first, because I have read some reviews that it's a little laggy because it just came out and the servers need some adjustments and stuff, so we'll see. So yeah, Mabinogi tomorrow from 4 till whenever, same time as always. Normally I would play Contraband Police tomorrow from noon to 3, but unfortunately I have something else to take care of first, so we're gonna skip Contraband Police tomorrow. And then Mabinogi will be after that.